And Apeks, slow default around the map. Actually, just 2 players taking control towards the B tunnels and the long tunnels.
That being said, though, jakaem, he's good for 2. 2 quick players peek into him, 2 quick headshots, an early dispatchment of the Apeks assault. Grusarn will make his own way towards mid to try and even out the man count, but Liazz, he'll be more than ready to dispatch the member. And I tell you what, Josh,
some extreme aggression, see if you can find like an opening pick or something like that, and then regroup later and go for the hit. And instead, they've fought straight into long instantly, lost their lives, fought into B. Okay, it's been a bit dragged out with all of the players riffing their pistol shots, but eventually they lose their lives, and the middle player couldn't get anything.
Have to hit B, and any second now we should see that rotation from EXTREMUM. Through the smoke, Liazz gets a bit ambitious. He's able to catch out 1 before kreaz is able to trade onto him. And now as the remaining members push towards this site, there's jkaem good for 1. Flash goes out, jkaem doubles up, looks to triple up on the 3rd member, can't quite do so, but Natus is there to assist. And the Gratisfaction cleaning up the mess towards mid, and it provides EXTREMUM with a 3rd.
jkaem in the pit, BnTeT on the angle through the smoke, and well, they're holding on to this blue container. The headshot does come through from the AK though. He needs to double up here, and instead it'll be traded.
That's a really strong trade there. If he's unable to get that kill, that is like round losing. But we look at the HP of these players on Apeks as well, and look how much damage Util has just done to these members. Grab back sight. He's just making noise. He's allowing the Util to do the damage. He swings wide eventually. Good for 1 trade there by FREDDyFROG. But look at this damage. Right now, Apeks has not even been able to get close to the site. And then a 3-on-3, they eventually make it. But the reality is, I don't know if they're going to be able to secure a blood. FREDDyFROG with only 13 HP, he punches in those numbers. Relaxa only 20, has BnTeT there to kill him. And with that, EXTREMUM kickstart this retake. dead is the only man with HP for the Apeks side. He's going to try to do the damage wherever possible. But BnTeT comes out on top, all on FREDDyFROG, alone and dispatched. BnTeT didn't even need his team for that retake, as he goes 10-1, delivering EXTREMUM a 5th.
Yeah, BnTeT's done it all by himself, and they keep 3 players alive there. That's another really, really successful buy round.
Away, Apeks looks like they're going to be in a 5-on-5 retake, one of which EXTREMUM are going to be more than happy to take. Azza for an early kill onto kreaz means that he can continue his aggression. Spots out Grus, can't quite kill him, but he lets the Util do the work. Grus on 40 HP already, as the remaining players of EXTREMUM continue their assault forward. 4-on-4, and for Apeks, I think part of the challenge here is getting off the site. Grus on the close angle. He spots out jkaem. Good for 1. Liazz to trade down to a 3-on-3. And all these players are stuck towards CT. BnTeT deploys a flash, allows him to get 1. He'll turn around, spots out the players towards CT of Relaxa. Can't quite kill him. FREDDyFROG center sight. What good can he hope to do with players pushing out from both long and from short? So there's the first kill from Liazz. Relaxa in the corner, finished off by Gratisfaction. EXTREMUM with a 6th and another retake. EXTREMUM are on fire right now, Josh, and we spoke about how this could be a long series. I reckon.
On the A side, they need to hit the shots. Liazz, that incendiary is far too late until Gratisfaction's called upon to hit the cross. Beautiful shot from him, looks to follow up, and the flashbang is perfect. Liazz, the spray transfer, it's absolutely superb, and FREDDyFROG left by himself. All of his teammates have fallen, and this looks like another clean round here for EXTREMUM.
This is just, Josh, this is just so one-sided. Who'd you put in the corner?
Me.
Yeah, you're a corner man.
I don't want to be the corner man, but I'm always the corner man. At LAN, I'm always the one on the other side of the switch box. Now,
Really?
So many people won't know what that means, but you know what that means.
I do know what that means, and that's actually a massive
It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Hit this A site, and it's being heavily guarded once again.
You're absolutely right. There's Azza able to catch out another member. He doubles up as well onto kreaz. It's all on FREDDyFROG, and I just... This is slaughter.
As well is that your morale and your whole confidence and everything just starts to really deplete, doesn't it? When you're like 9-0 down, it becomes really difficult to stay motivated in these rounds. And look at that double spray there from jkaem. Actually only gets FREDDyFROG down low. Now they've lost this B site, and it looks like Apeks might actually be able to do something here just with these pistols. They've taken a lot of damage though, and still with utility here for EXTREMUM, they're 100% going to go for this retake. The flashbang doesn't merit anything on the peak there for Dennis, but all of the players stacked up and ready, and with every Apeks member still stacked on this A site, no one's gone towards the tunnels. This is where it gets scary.
That it does. Ooh. We might see a first round for Apeks. It's down to BnTeT alone in a 1 versus 2, and Josh, they finally done it. Apeks, they win a round. They finally shut them down.
They win. When it's like a really dominant half, it's always the pistol rounds where it's like Tech 9s and armor and like aggressive plays that turn the tides. And there you go, the luck, it's now in their favor. Relaxa, beautiful opening shot there. And as they burst towards long, here's the confidence that they've been looking for. An incredible half.
That it is, and well, over towards this side of Apeks, yeah, they make it 2, but Tell you what, Josh.
Too, but remember, they've still got multiple hurdles to overcome. EXTREMUM, they've managed to save 3 weapons in this round, and on top of the crazy
forward, it shows that actually there's a bit of confidence being built by this EXTREMUM or by this Apeks side.
And there we go. Dennis wins the first duel again and doesn't take any damage. Not a single bullet there from Liazz actually connected onto him. And now we see this B split, and it's going to be so difficult to hold. They've got enemies coming in from both angles, but that's how you do it, jkaem. Both kills found. Gratisfaction and Liazz able to support and Relaxa now left in a 1 versus 5. Does connect the shot, but the nade finishes him rushed on the A site. So I don't have high hopes for this attack.
Oh, look at this user usage.
Oh no!
It's almost painful to watch. Grassy falls. Dennis is tagged out, as is Relaxa. And as they just try to push their way ahead, Gratisfaction's ready on the angle. He can't quite get a kill, but Azza certainly can. Good for 1 Relaxa trades, but it's actually FREDDyFROG's even the man count. Suddenly, this round looks winnable, but, you know, I put a bit of a hashtag next to, or like a star next to winnable. Like, EXTREMUM, they make their way forward in a 2-on-3, and should be a 3rd for Apeks, but the reality is they're losing a fair few members in the process, and as Liazz is taken down, it's all on jkaem, and while it's doable for him, I doubt he'll be able to find this victory. FREDDyFROG scoped in, he's ready on the angle. This should be a swift old defense.
Oh, Crummy, you thought it was hashtag winnable. It certainly wasn't. They got completely...
Oh, wow. Another one lands square on Apeks. Over 100 damage done through the smoke. He's able to catch out another member as well before Dennis finishes the job. Now jkaem, what can he do in this corner? A fair bit. Good for 1, 2. There's for well that 3rd could be there. As kreaz makes a bit of noise, he finishes the job. And jkaem with a 4K provides EXTREMUM with 11.
Well, we see once again a 4-man stack towards short, and Gratisfaction, he just doesn't miss those shots. You need to smoke it to get out. Otherwise, Gratisfaction is going to take you to shreds. He's still on this angle, still hungry for more. As soon as the head pokes up, he's going to try and strip it off. The smoke grenade in place, though, adds complications. But with Azza rotating from the B tunnels, there's now a 2-man advantage here on this retake, and EXTREMUM are more than ready for it. They're stacked up with flashbangs and firepower, and it looks like they might not even need them.
Another, well, and that's told by Apeks, but once again, they're just shut down. With that, we see EXTREMUM, they now lead 12-3, and with that, Apeks, they move their CT side, which I guess is the defensive side. It's a bit more of a chance to shift ahead, trying to catch out some of these members, and instead of swinging wide, BnTeT, he's actually going to be able to trade, but Dennis comes out on top, being able to take down Gratisfaction. jkaem and Relaxa exchange blows, keeping the man count even, but BnTeT very low on HP, and Grussy's starting to click on some heads. It looks like this should be a pistol round in favor of Apeks. That it is. They make it 4.
With this MP9, it seems that EXTREMUM are aware of it. The issue is that their shadows will peek around this corner before they do, and the MP9, it can start to pre-fire, swaps out to an AK, and what a great start here from Apeks.
That is 2 quick kills. Gratisfaction, no scoping through. The smoke will actually kill Grus. And with that, it's not quite an equalizer, but a way to get yourselves back into this. FREDDyFROG, he makes sure that it is just a fleeting hope. As instead, jkaem now alone with his mate up short. He's going to have to peek into Relaxa. Comes out on top, though, and now kreaz needs to be a bit careful as the peek towards CT is spotted out. kreaz falls, and now in a 2-on-2. This is something very winnable for EXTREMUM as they make their way forward. Apeks, they double up towards long, but Gratisfaction, he's read it perfectly. He's ready for the attack, and it's ready for police to charge. He's caught out, and now all on Dennis, alone in a 1 versus 2. What good can he hope to do? He swings wide. There's the kill from Gratisfaction. A great read and a 13th.
And Relaxa, he can't connect the shot through the smoke. Does actually hit the leg, but it's no kill. That one follows up, though. It's on to Liazz.
Apeks, if they're not careful, are going to be a retake. And, well, Grus being one of the main players to defend from CT, he'll just get swarmed and killed. There's the equalizer. That's just what I meant by being too frivolous with a bad advantage.
Well, Apeks, they still have a member on very, very low health, and as the A site's been taken, jkaem, accompanied by that perfect smoke, can actually plant it for long. Secondary smoke comes into short here to slow down this push. The boost coming over the top, but Relaxa spots out the member close, fires off the shot, can't connect it through it, and as they're getting up close, dodging these bullets, finally Relaxa connects one through. Now they have a man advantage to work with. As jkaem drops as well, all of these players are incredibly low on health, but they have the numbers to work with.
That'll do. There's a recovery. Follow-up kill not quite going through. As BnTeT finds another and another. With only 37 HP, he's able to
be hit. But I do not fancy their chances here. This has been very, very one-sided indeed.
That it has been.
Over there, and this could just be a little bit of a hiccup for them, but so far they are being incredibly dominated. And once again, I mean, KRIMZ has done incredibly well to find the headshot there before he burns in the flames, but it's still the util damage, it's still those opening picks, and Azza recovers it admirably. We see this go into a 2-on-2 firepower advantage here for EXTREMUM. They've got the bomb site with seconds to spare. This C4 will be tapped down, and Azza needs to take care of this long player, and he absolutely will do. Beautiful shot, one tap onto the final man, and EXTREMUM, that's...
Of course, get things, of course, kick-started. It will be EXTREMUM going very fast upside. Grust the man to help. Can he do so? No, he can't. jkaem with a bad advantage. FREDDyFROG able to equalize before jkaem comes out on top once again. And for Apeks, this could be a tough hold, but Dennis on the close angle can finish the bomb planter, but he can't stop him. More smokes continue to pepper the positions of these members, and looks like this will be a bomb plant and a retake on hand.
EXTREMUM look to just close this one out, secure their spot in the playoffs. I think they'll be disappointed that they've even had to go down into this 2-2 matchup, and they look to just demolish it. Apeks, they fall like flies as jkaem finds an ace in the pistol. They can fall back into these post-plant positions. There's no utility here for Apeks to actually deny that C4 from going down. A couple of nades or a molly could have done the trick.
Clear, but for Apeks, they still bear seat in what will be the next round. EXTREMUM with a 2-0 lead. They're going to look to extend that further. He deploys that molly. This allows him to make his own way forward. Flashed out of position though. Gratisfaction scores his way, and here's the aggression from one. Grus and Relaxa find 2 kills. They try to double up before Gras equalizes, but he equalizes for 1 kill. He won't fully put it back into contention as he goes 4-on-3 for Apeks, and they're now going to reaggress once again towards side this time.
Well, a man advantage here for Apeks now. This one's been a little more successful, and as the peek comes in, Relaxa able to find the headshot. BnTeT can get it back, but he doesn't want to peek for a second time and risk losing his life there. So he will allow Azza to get up onto the site and try and do some damage. This round has been so much better from Apeks, and I think they're going to be pretty relieved that they've actually been able to pull one together early. They don't want to be getting off to a really rocky start again. This AK has been retrieved from BnTeT, but as soon as he makes that knowledge, here they're definitely doing more damage and really applying some of the pressure.
That they are. On the flip side, though, it's going to be down to this early bit of kill, and well, it's early kill, early trade from Apeks. Full down to HP and jkaem. And Grus on this close angle. Can he catch out jkaem? Well, timing definitely doesn't help him, but Dennis, he's there for 2. Grus finishes for the 3rd, and it all falls down to BnTeT. Alone in a 1v4. Tell you what, Josh, I think we might see Apeks really look to make up for that loss on Dust 2.
Yes, so really these AKs come out, and they're actually going to head towards some early B aggression, but that's not going to work out for Liazz at all as he goes through a very, very comfortable position. I'm not worried for them just yet, but Apeks, they are looking much better here on this second map. That's unreal.
Ooh. They're definitely looking better, but are they looking as warm as jkaem, who is just clicking on heads and taking names? KRIMZ will hide towards side, he'll swing onto Gratisfaction. Good for one, Azza to trade, and as the plant goes down, Azza's leg down. jkaem, he might even tease a bit of a peek towards these players on a close angle. The flash will go out to force them back and to make him a bit worried about what's to come, but timing doesn't bless him. Dennis finds the kill, and for Azza, back sight. Dennis is the man to watch out for. The flash is perfect, though. He's good for 1. He knows full well where Relaxa is. FREDDyFROG finishes the job, though, leaving BnTeT alone in a 1 versus 2. Spots out the first, can't find the headshot, and Apeks, they retake, finding the 4th round for themselves. 4-2, they'll now lead, and EXTREMUM, they'll move to what will be a bit of a shaky bye.
With the man advantage, holding that gap, waiting for someone to aggress. Apeks are fully aware of this and are literally spamming through that wall. They've done so much damage to him that when he does actually take a peek, he will just fall. In fact, he didn't even take a peek, got shot right through the wall there. Absolutely perfect stuff. Really nice spams there from Apeks. They've done so much early damage here to EXTREMUM, and as the trade starts to come through, Liazz, what the hell was that? Apeks are warm, but Liazz is on fire. He's just tripled up, and all of a sudden this round has flipped on its head.
That it has. Well, that's an opening and a half. Going to go into these next couple of members just to try and hold what they can.
Players throwing those flashes and whatnot, not necessarily making those big flary plays. And right there, he actually do. Yeah, why not? I think that last round that they won was like a little bit jammy. It was really just off of the back of Liazz, but that confidence, there we go. It's given them these early advantages. They're playing very scared at the moment, and I think that they just need to regain that mindset they had on Dust 2.
Liazz, he's going to spot out Grus. That's going to force Grus away, especially with spam. On sandbags, kreaz is only good for 1, and Azza, he is laser fast to be able to trade that. On the flip side, Grus through the smoke, good for 2. Liazz to trade, puts it down to 2-on-2 at that, and as BnTeT, he too will try his hand at aggression. He's going to be wary of these players on the headshot angle. He keeps forward. There's Liazz to find yet another. Dennis falls. And
instead, that molly's going to go down. The C4 will be planted. Freddy not giving away his position just yet. But by the time he does so, EXTREMUM
he peeks towards the side, can't catch anyone out there, deploy smoke of his own. As he pushes forward, Liazz will finish the job. A great round by Liazz, and I feel like he's really...
One kill and actually doubles down. And there we go. Here's the buyout for Apeks. It's not the best of investments. They have got 2 MP9s to work with, but with...
So far, and he doesn't know the extent of it. jkaem, he pushes forward, but Grusarn behind, able to fall. Relaxa trades.
Of utility to work with, and they're actually going to go for the boost. They should be able to get this one done, but not if they're making loads of noise with it. You have to do that boost in a silent fashion, and as soon as they make the step, Freddy knows exactly what's up, diverts his attention, finds the kill, the nade will finish him off, but that should have been a free kill for EXTREMUM and an opportunity to bring this into a 3-on-3, and instead, their position is now known, and they have to burst into a stacked site.
Definitely hard to do, and as aggression comes out from Dennis, he's good for one. BnTeT to trade. BnTeT alone in a 1 versus 2. Spots out this M4. He knows full well that the flank could be very real. As he types in those numbers, can he spot out Dennis? It doesn't matter. Relaxa on the flank finishes the job, and Apeks.
Random spam through the walls, try and hit that elevator shot. Not going to connect, but kreaz, look at this aggression. He's got himself all the way through, and once again, Apeks got off to an incredible start. Oh, through the smoke. Oh, they do so much damage. jkaem incredibly low on health. Relaxa bouncing between the 2 angles. Somehow still hits the shot. Liazz, I don't know how he whiffs there, but I think it's more on Relaxa's incredibly snappy reactions. That's where the credit's due. And as he looks to re-peak, he's just staying alive here. If he can stay alive, he's the spanner in the works that can cause complications. Going for the swing, I'm not the biggest fan of it. jkaem now can take him out. It's going to be a single prong retake, but the MP9 firing through regardless. Gratisfaction does hit a nice flick. Takes a lot of damage in the meantime. Needs to guard this C4, and he has got cover by the sandbags. If he swings out, he can find the close member. The bomb's been tapped. The secondary pushing through. Gets the dink with the Glock. Dennis, I'm not sure if he's got time on this. I think he might just about have it with the kit. It's going to be incredibly close. And there we go. Final tick. Oh, I'm going to peek. I'm going to kill the last guy. But actually, in reality, the smart thing for Grat to do there would just be to hide behind the sandbags, wait out a couple more seconds. Off the back of those kills, though, they have got the confidence. They're going to burst into the B side. Freddy, the Molotov is perfect. It forces Dennis into a real precarious position where he's only able to find himself 1 before jkaem trades. And EXTREMUM, they've taken the B site by storm. Apeks, we will see them go for this retake, but look at their money. Despite the scoreline, they've taken so many casualties in these last few rounds that they actually don't have anything to fall back on here. If they go for this retake...
Know this, but EXTREMUM, they can't risk hunting these weapons, and because of that, Apeks, they're going to be able to reinvest next round. They're going to be able to fight next round.
Opportunity to take this series in 2, and right now it's elimination day. Winner goes through to playoffs, losers out.
His way forward, he's going to try and challenge these members, as instead Apeks go for a bit of a stack towards side. There's FREDDyFROG to fall in mid, and EXTREMUM, they might just hightail it towards the B site, knowing full well that's the opening they can capitalize off. jkaem on sandbag is going to be a almost lurk player, and lurks admirably. There's Dennis falling through the smoke. He'll try to double up, and Dennis, or sorry, Grus on the close angle, will be the man he tries to trade with. And as he continues fighting, this will allow EXTREMUM to get a bomb plant on the completely...
I think it will actually be a bit of a half buy, a full investment going into the follow-up. That should allow EXTREMUM to tie things up 7-7, especially with Grus dropping there. There's definitely not an opportunity for Apeks to have a healthy buy, and with kreaz falling, it's the way it goes, and they're looking to try and swing it their way. Of course, Apeks, what they've got to buy is not the best of buys. They haven't got max utility, they haven't got a sniper, and Liazz finding that opening pick on the lurk does add complications to things. The aggression here towards ramp, it's not working at all. jkaem eliminates kreaz. Relaxa's finally
strong, and as the push goes through, Dennis, what can he hold? Well, there's the first spotted out. There's 1, 2, beautiful defense, looks to make it 3, does just that with the assistance of Relaxa, and it all falls down to BnTeT, the lone defender. 1 versus 3. He's not quite able to catch out Dennis, who will finish the job. A beautiful recovery for Dennis. A very, very awkward spot as they pull on ahead. Liazz on the close angle, catches out FREDDyFROG, traded by Dennis, but Gratisfaction trying at the next center matter, but Dennis is able to go huge. As the fails to follow up, BnTeT to follow through, and with Relaxa keeping the man count even. Azza, without armor, is going to be tagged on down very damn low on his rotation, and with only 4 HP, jkaem, he's good for 1, with Azza finishing the other. I thought jkaem was pressed towards B, but think down early on, Dennis, he can't find Liazz through this smoke, and as he's forced back, the other MP9 rings true. Liazz can do 2 quick headshots, Grat onto Grus, and suddenly, Apeks have been dismantled. 1 players towards mid. He's going to be caught out by BnTeT. As we're on to Relaxa.
So I actually reckon he's just got himself like 3-3Ks or like 4-3Ks and maybe like a 4K here, and like that's the impact that he's having. But once again, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is a buy round here from Apeks, and EXTREMUM are still playing as if they're against Glocks.
It's
just don't even have an opportunity to feel good about this at all. It's not even like they're hitting a couple of nice shots and they go, oh, unlucky guys, like we'll get them next time. They're just being bombarded.
As the swing goes out, BnTeT, he's actually able to... The fact BnTeT's alive right now is an incel. So Gratisfaction, he's able to trade onto Dennis, and this is, again, Josh, how is this working for EXTREMUM? Gratz, he's going aggressive once more. A beautiful shot onto KRIMZ there. As they're onto Relaxa, leaves it all down to Grus alone in a 1 versus 4. And Gratisfaction comes out on his
teammates. And with that, they call the rotations towards the B site.
As they push their way ahead, Dennis he shuts down Azza. With that, it's again another great push. And with that, we look over towards these next couple of members over on EXTREMUM. They've got so much money, they might as well go for it.
To be fair, yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to like burst in, but they're certainly looking for some exits. Relaxa, oh my. That is absolutely superb. And Gratisfaction, he does actually just dart in. He wants to do as much towards the B ramp. This is a very strong position for Azza to be in, especially with Liazz on the crossfire.
Well, Azza able to shut out Dennis. Really awkward spot to be in with KRIMZ boosted up. He's spotted out by jkaem. The nade is just perfect. So much damage to them, but he doesn't quite find
exactly what to do when that molly's placed. I'm going to get myself behind these boxes. Perfect angle to contend here, and Grus, as he peeks right into it, Liazz is going to reposition, call for a flash from his teammate. In fact, he's just playing anti-flash there. He's expecting a flashbang from the opponents. Little does he know they don't have one, and as they funnel into the site, it's going to be a perfect spray down. Him and Azza hold the line.
Again, there's control towards mid. jkaem ready for Grus. The flash goes out, but what good does it do? He's good for one. He'll try to double up. KRIMZ does trade, but it just feels like everything is a silver lining here, Josh. It feels like everything just isn't working. And we look over towards Azza, who's able to catch out KRIMZ, puts it down to a 3-on-4, and as Gratisfaction teases his way down from scaffolding, he's got Relaxa to catch out, Relaxa to hold, and with that, legs down the first member. The nade is deployed to do even more damage, looking to push into it, but on mid, Azza onto FREDDyFROG, leaves it down to Relaxa and Dennis. The last 2 members are standing. Liazz backside finishes the job for Relaxa. I think he's just going to walk to his execution and elimination as EXTREMUM, they're going to proceed ahead and they're going to make it a 2.